special green screen forecast, your host Avin Mao. As yes, it's officially summer, but I know some of our fathers didn't have the best Father's Day in Illinois with all of those tornadoes, and you probably want to escape it with a vacation just like me. So I'll talk to you about those temperature trends and where those storms might be coming up. But let's get started with those temperature trends from our friends at the Climate Prediction Center, and it's just screaming summer as we look at that 6 to 10 day temperature outlook, getting us through that last bit of June and into the first day of July 2026. Look at these above normal temperatures being favored for a good portion of the United States, especially for the southeastern portion of the United States. That hotspot is still Florida, like I said in my last video, but even towards Georgia or parts of the Atlantic, if you're heading out to the beach in those directions, that above normal summertime heat makes a comeback, even for us over parts of Missouri and Illinois. And our normal highs for this time of the year are in the mid to upper 80s, so we're probably going to see highs during this time period anywhere from the upper 80s to lower 90s, and even moving forward, maybe highs well into the 90s could be seen well in this period. Now, you also notice that air mass is a lot different up to our northwest with those below normal temperatures, and where those air masses come together, that probably means some stormy weather, especially for parts of the northern plains, probably even up north towards Minnesota. So if you're heading in those directions, not saying you can't go there, but just keep an eye on the weather, because definitely when we're having that hot weather and that cooler weather come into play, that is already screaming another severe weather potential up there in those parts of the United States, and we'll see how that impacts our area. But even that 8 to 14 day temperature, those above normal temperatures being favored for a good portion of the United States, especially for the southeastern portion of the United States. So parts of the Atlantic, if you're heading out to the beach, don't forget the sunscreen, the sunglasses, because you're going to be feeling some of those above normal temperatures. And while I can't rule out a brief cool down in this 3 to 4 week temperature outlook that gets us through those early portions of July 2026 with these equal chances, you notice parts of the East Coast still hanging on to those above normal temperatures. So if you're trying to escape severe weather, at least from the magnitude of what we've seen over in Illinois, probably want to head out to Florida. Not saying you're not going to see any severe weather with any inland storms or maybe water spouts or things like that nature, but we're probably going to escape at least that intense severe weather that parts of the northern plains might see. And we see that with these storm probabilities at least through the latter bits of June through early July, parts of the northern plains, even up to the north, places like Minneapolis, Minnesota, up to the north. That's where we could see some stormy activity. So if you're heading in this direction, not saying you can't head there, but just know we could see some increased severe weather activity while a good portion of the United States starts to build on that summertime heat, at least through those early portions of July. After that, that's when there's a lot of question marks, but we're at least seeing that potential for what looks like a ridge runner pattern to me. And basically ridge runners are basically when we see high pressure over the United States. High pressure is a good thing because it basically keeps that stormy activity up to our north. Now, it's still too close to comfort for me to give you an all clear. So if you're down over probably Missouri and Illinois, we'll see if this, tries to clip our area. But generally, when we see this pattern, this is really favoring the northern plains and areas just up to our north. But we'll see how that impacts our area, or if it has any impact on our area. We're generally dealing with these above normal temperatures, but we'll definitely have to keep an eye on this really closely. As for me, I'm going to be heading out to Tennessee for a very short vacation, but I'll take advantage of that while still keeping an eye on the weather for you. And obviously that means you want to always have multiple ways to receive warnings, and this is not just because of what I showed you, but any time of the year, especially since our forecast is constantly changing. The National Weather Service here in St. Louis and all the branches around the world, they're working 24/7 to keep you safe. And so make sure you have a NOAA weather radio, a charged cell phone, by heading over to midlandusa.com to keep your family safe during the 2026 severe weather season. Especially with that severe weather we saw on Father's Day over parts of Illinois, it really exceeded a lot of our expectations as well. You want to have a NOAA weather radio when conditions like that change. So when I'm out on a short vacation, not able to bring you that urgent update that you might need, you're still able to get those updates. Because all of us, even myself, we want to briefly escape the severe weather, and that's what I'm going to try to do. But at the same time, even if severe weather cannot escape your location, carry that NOAA weather radio. It is a lifesaver. It will bring you those updates any time of the day and night as our National Weather Service works to keep you safe. So just make sure you have that for me. and also for yourself. It is beneficial for you and me. But make sure you download Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, to follow me for the latest updates. I'm also on Threads or Instagram at Weather with Alvin, so I can continue to bring you those weather updates from wherever I am, and maybe share a little bit of my vacation with you as well over on my social media platforms. But it's a short one. I'll be back with you guys in early July to continue to talk about either a break from the heat or maybe some more stormy activity, to see if any of that stormy activity up to our north tries to impact our area. But thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. You're the best. Safe travels to you if you're also heading on a vacation as well, even if it's a short one like me. And I will see you in July for my next weather update. But until then, thank you for everything that you do, and I hope you have a great rest of your week, St. Louis.